Well, it is a Trump train wreck Taco Tuesday here at Occupy Democrats. And to say that Trump and his family live in a, let's say, snow globe of cognitive dissonance would be putting it lightly. And if you were to say that maybe the least bright or the person who says the dumbest things out of that family is Donald Trump Jr., would be sort of stating Captain Obvious. And in this breaking story, which you have got to see, you cannot believe what Don Trump Jr. basically just said out loud on a show about him, his dad, and the cash they're taking in while being president and family of the White House. You have to see this. You won't believe it. To give you a sense of some of the idiotic stuff that Trump Jr. has in his brain, take a quick look at this.
Donald Trump Jr., who's named Donald Trump Jr., and it's important to remember that as I continue, went on Hannity's Fox News show to throw, stones from the giant glass house he lives in as an individual who's named Donald Trump Jr. Take a look.
You're the father, and your son's entire career is dependent on that. They own you, Sean. That's what it is. They've bought Biden Inc., and they've been doing it both domestically, whether it was MBNA Bank, whether it was Amtrak, whatever it was, domestically when he was a senator and had influence over domestic policy, and they started doing it internationally the second Joe Biden became vice president and had authority abroad.
Donald Trump Jr., whose father is the president of the United States.
Donald Trump Jr. went on Fox News and he was really pumped about his dad's performance. I mean, really pumped. Watch this.
The media runs right away. It's Russian disinformation. There's literally zero evidence that it's Russian disinformation. The director of national intelligence said it. And by the way, more importantly, the FBI said it. And I don't say that because I think the FBI has more credibility. I say that because it's pretty clear that the FBI has done whatever they possibly could to hurt Donald Trump. So if they're even coming out and saying this, meaning the upper levels of the FBI.
Okay.
Absolutely no business being on television giving his opinion on anything because he's a moron.
The door kickers love us, not so much the bureaucrats at the top.
I'm sorry, was he talking about nepotism and pointing a finger? Whew! Talk about those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Hello. However, if you're getting upset and very pissed off, as I am, with regards to the hundreds of millions of dollars Trump is making off his presidency in just the first 4 months, you will not believe what Don Trump Jr. just admitted out loud about his dad and what they are doing and why they're doing it when it comes to crypto. Take a listen to this.
I want your father and this White House to have all the credibility in the world. And invariably, people are always going to question whatever any president does. But one of the things that people do demonstrably question is they say this meme coin that your father has creates the opportunity for foreign adversaries, people in the U.S., anybody, if they want, to effectively funnel money
as bad as hunters are.
the president.
I think the meme coin, you don't know who's actually doing any of these things, right? So,
But that's one of the things that has people on
but then
edge.
it's different because it's hard to influence if you don't actually know where the stuff's coming from, right? So I wasn't involved in the meme coin. I'm more focused on, obviously, the stable coin, the Bitcoin mining, some of those things. But, the reality is I think a lot of these things in the meme coin...
You're not taking responsibility for the meme.
I'm just saying the reality of the meme coin is it's sort of a proof of concept that the crypto world understands exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Bad as Hunter's art or the Clinton Foundation with her getting back into the White House. It just seems like a way that greases the skids for influence.
So it's a proof of concept of what I think we can move the needle in crypto. And I think that's going to be the future of finance. It's going to be the future of banking, almost without question, if we can accelerate that process by going all in on it.
But you've heard from people in the crypto industry, I imagine some of your friends who have said that some of these coins and what's happening may undermine a little bit of what's happening because people are questioning it, right?
I have not heard that from anyone, actually. What I hear from those people is like, thank you for doing this. You're giving us the legitimacy that we fought for so long. And this isn't just a conservative issue, Joe. I mean, these are highly libertarian people. This is actually one of those 50 million holders of some sort of crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, stables, ETH, Sol, whatever it may be. There's 50 million in America, and they're not all right-wing. These are people who just believe in freedom. They've seen what's happening, and they're looking for a corollary and a response.
Is that okay for your dad to have a meme coin?
I think, of course, when he did that before he was in office, he did these things. The reason we got into crypto, and we're all in on crypto, the markets may not necessarily be fair. The traditional banking system may not be fair to them, because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, where I could call any single banker in New York City. They'd pick up the phone. I'd be able to get a loan for whatever real estate project I was doing across the street. Then we got into politics, and all of a sudden, they wouldn't take your call. You couldn't get financing. We were debanked. And what I realized, and my brother realized, because we were the recipients of every subpoena imaginable, was that, you know what, we were actually just the top of this sort of pyramid scheme that we didn't realize we were a part of, that the financial system was totally undemocratized. Because we had a certain balance sheet and whatever, we could kind of do whatever we wanted. The regular guy was messed up. Now we were all of a sudden in the shoes of the regular guy that wouldn't be able to take advantage of the markets. And we said, what's the solution for that? So we got into crypto, not because it was like, hey, this is the next cool thing. We got into it out of necessity. We got into it because we understood just how quickly we could be turned off, even as an incredible developer from New York State. I mean, we're getting sued by New York State AG, $500 million fees for paying back loans on time with interest.
Oh, are you sad, Donnie Jr., that you're just like the regular schmo? Oh, and suddenly you were debanked for no reason whatsoever? I think maybe that's called your fraudulent balance sheets, your fraudulent tax returns. And maybe, just maybe, in the state of New York, Donnie, it's because you and your brother and your sister and your daddy and the Trump organization lost a legal case for stealing $2+ million from a charity that you ran related to veterans. Maybe that's why you got debanked. Oh, poor you. Yes, let's all get out a violin and cry for you. No, you got debanked for being exactly who you are. Fiscal criminals. That's what you are. And that is all you're doing with crypto. You are using the power of the presidency to steal upon steal. I love how you say you're not able to track who's investing in crypto. Oh no, but you can track who comes to a $1 million dinner at Mar-a-Lago to give back to Dandy Donnie, who then pardons people along with access regarding Bitcoin and doing fundraisers based on your meme coin. That you can track, Donald, and that is the problem. You are truly, truly an embarrassment to anyone that's ever been near the White House. And your family are nothing more than snake oil salesmen, and you are at the top of the heap. You guys stay frosty.